Hey guys, it's Ken.
And Shell.
Welcome back to the Effortless Podcast. Today we are doing a little funsy episode.
A little Q&A.
Yeah, we're going to do just random questions that we're going to talk about and for a little get to know us a little bit better. Ins and outs, random. So not a specific topic necessarily, but I'm sure we'll go off on tangents and
It'll be great.
Yeah, anything you want to start with before we get into it?
I don't think so. I kind of felt like I had something before we started, but now well, that was such a bad feeling. Tickle your nose.
What do you mean?
I mean, move.
Take out. Okay, I think it passed.
Okay.
Look at the light. Does that still work? Is that a thing still?
I have no idea.
Okay. So anyways, we have a list of questions that we're going to ask each other, see where it takes us.
Okay. Do I go first?
Sure.
Okay. Number one. What do you like most about our friendship?
I'm actually glad that you asked me first because I feel like I keep probably the same answer. So it's better if I get to go first and then you steal my answer. You know?
Okay.
Okay. Wow. I got all the sounds happening right now. Oh my gosh. Hold on.
Wow.
Sorry. What I like most about our friendship is how genuine it is, number one. That I feel like there's nobody else in the world I can be as myself with as you. Or I feel like it's so easy. And, there's the friendships where you feel like you have to obviously put effort into every friendship, but it's when you hang out, it's not you don't have to mentally gear up to hang out as far as okay, I need to think of things to ask you or keep the convo going.
Entertain them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't feel that way at all with you. And I like how supportive you are and how good you are at listening and giving advice. And I
keep going. Just kidding.
It's you're the best person in the whole world. And I honestly sometimes think about it. I'm I am so lucky that you chose me to be your best friend.
I feel the same way. I think about that all the time, especially when we're interacting with other people. It's almost one of those things that's they
so
probably
proud.
wish.
So
yeah. They probably wish that they were your best friend. And I'm
I'm not talking about you. She's mine. Yeah. So I feel there's just so many different things. I feel we laugh. I don't laugh with anybody else as hard as I laugh with you. We think everything, or we have definitely our own humor, and
for sure
it adds so much happiness to my life. You add so much happiness to my life, and I just love you so much.
I feel the same thing about all of them.
Really? Wow. Shocking.
The first thing that popped into my head though when I read this question is number one, humor.
Yeah.
I just feel our humor is so similar that we just we're in a situation and we'll be thinking the same thing.
Yeah.
And it's sometimes we have a little bit of inappropriate humor, but it's our coping.
Yeah.
So I feel that kind of takes it to the next level.
Next level humor. We have next level humor.
Yeah. And another thing to add to the list that you already said, because I would have said all that, but also the nothing judgmental.
Yeah.
Literally there's no...
Yeah.
But not to the point of where if I was doing something, which this is...
I was going to say, with experience.
If I'm doing something that's not me, or because you just know me so well, or something questionable, and I'm saying me because it
usually you.
Yeah.
So,
exactly.
Good head on my shoulders.
You do. You really stick to your moral road. I've taken a couple detours.
You're back on the path.
But it's not you're so you are so supportive, obviously, but it's not to the point to harm me. So it's I'll be off on a little detour and you call me out, but not in a way that's judgmental or in a way that makes me
feel I'm judged.
Feel hurt. Yeah. You're just I know you and I know this isn't what you
also,
want.
when you're in those little tangent moments of your detours, you have this very specific way about your attitude that's Shelly, that's like
Not
what
I'm doing.
Yeah, and I guess it's almost like that it's not what you want or what you should be doing or what's like right, but you're like convincing yourself of it. So sometimes it's just my job to like
get you back on there.
kick a little booty.
Which I feel like is such a cool aspect of our friendship, because I feel like a lot of times those are times that ruin friendships, because it's either like I'm doing my own thing and
like
you
offended.
see me doing it knowing it's not me, but you don't come at me like harsh or like I'm not going to be your friend because you're doing that, and I on the other side could be like, oh, you're judging me, like you don't know what I'm going through, or whatever, and that's kind of like
and I feel like you have done that for me too. I'm not acting like I'm perfect.
Well,
I'm not.
That's not true, but yeah. So I feel like we just have such a special friendship.
We do, and it's unlike any. Like I still feel like people just can't fully understand
the depth
of friendship.
Very
like so many aspects of it that have bonded us so strongly.
Yeah, for sure.
Just so thankful for you.
Yeah.
But I panic when I think like if you were to ever die, I literally am like, oh my God. Like I literally panic like I couldn't tell you.
Be such like a
feeling.
Stuck feeling.
You're not allowed to die. We can die together.
Go out together.
It'll be like one of those like old couples that once one dies, the other one
just slowly decreases.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Okay. I'm gonna ask you this question first. Describe your perfect date. Like what you would do on the perfect date. If you want to describe what the perfect date man looked like, you can do that. That's optional.
Okay, let me think. First, the activity. Honestly, okay. I'm trying to think of an activity.
Like a game?
Yes. Yeah, for sure. A sporting event, for sure. Whether it would be even like at home watching a sporting event or going to a sporting event, but like some sort of food. Obviously, need food. So food, whether
like a nice little charcuterie board or something. Some vino.
Yeah, like a fun drink, I like to call it. Everybody makes fun of me when I say that. Fun drink. And like literally just like chilling. And maybe we go to the game and then go somewhere after for a fun drink or something and then just go home and chill. Like something just like really relaxed. But honestly, something also that like small details that I would think about that I haven't really had ever in a guy is someone who like plans it all.
Like they take control.
They take control of the situation and like they drive. Yeah. And they're like,
this is what we're like, I know what you like.
Yes.
So this is what I'm taking you to do.
Yeah. And if it was like at home, like they would have planned the drink, they would have planned the dinner, whether they make that, not say they have to, but like just that would just be like my perfect day. I wouldn't expect that every single time, but like if I was just describing my perfect date.
And at
that'd be the situation.
They toss you like a football.
No comment because...
No, you wouldn't do that.
I wouldn't. Because not on the first date. No, just kidding.
You're married.
Oh, no, anyway. I'm flustered. But that would be the perfect date.
The person.
The person.
To around.
Yes. Like a little football. Okay. Describing the person. 6'5" to 6'8".
We'll settle for 6'2.5".
Muscular, tall, dark, and handsome, basically. Athletic. I'm like literally describing like Metcalf.
Okay. That gives us a good picture.
That's good. Yeah. Body wise. Yeah. What about you? What's your perfect date?
All my dates are perfect. Okay.
So. I was just about to say, and describe the guy.
Let me just like think back to one of our most recent perfect dates.
Oh my God.
I'm just kidding. No, I do love my date nights with Gregory. But if we could have like a perfect, I would say maybe the kids are like spending the night at Grandma and Grandpa's.
No kids.
Just so that, you don't feel rushed, right?
Yeah.
And then, to be honest, I feel like I would enjoy just like starting out with like a nice walk.
Oh. Cute.
Because I like going on walks. And then like maybe with a coffee. Like maybe it's an all-day date. And then we get lunch somewhere good. Like a cute spot, maybe like downtown Lego or something. And then we, to be honest, like I don't necessarily feel like well, actually I know how our date ends, but or no, I didn't mean like that.
I'm sure you do.
And then just like hang out, whatever, chill. Maybe take a little nap, little snuggle nap, little afternoon poke, and then.
Gosh. I was about to say, is that what you call it? A snuggle nap?
And then get ready to go to a concert.
Zach Brown band, obviously.
We love going to concerts, any sort of like country concert. And then just like have fun, you know, and then come home and go to sleep.
Go to bed early.
Good night, full night sleep.
Netflix and chill.
Yeah. So that's my perfect.
That sounds relaxing. Love that.
Okay.
Next question. What does mental toughness mean to you?
Well, I feel like mental toughness is like, and the other thing that we have on here too, about like visualizing things. I feel like is a topic that like sort of gets overlooked, like mental toughness. And I think there's a difference between like being mentally tough and then like somebody who just like can't ask for help.
Yeah.
Or you know what I mean?
For sure.
If you are mentally tough doesn't mean that you can't like ask for help.
It's almost like the difference between mentally tough and stubborn.
Yes, exactly. Yes. So I feel like mental toughness though is just like totally a mindset thing as far as like how strong you are at like getting through a situation or like basically or like telling yourself like you can do hard things. You know what I mean? And like having a mindset that like, no, I'm mentally strong and tough and no matter what situation is thrown at me, I am able to like figure out healthy ways to like maneuver around the situation or to go through the situation, being able to like stay focused on what's ahead and not just like crumble.
Yeah. And
then like I feel like a lot of mental toughness too, like you feel it when you're in like competitive sports and stuff. Like
for sure.
To mentally be able to like focus even when you're like dead tired and like have to run a million suicides, all the things. But like being able to stay mentally tough and mentally focused on like the task at hand.
It's literally just like pushing through something.
Yeah.
That's hard.
Yeah.
And like telling yourself you can do it.
And I feel like these days, like everybody's so mentally soft.
It's very true.
Or
for sure.
Everybody, but I feel like
there
like,
is a
there or even
generational
like,
change in mental toughness.
And like you said, it doesn't mean that I think there is a difference between being stubborn and mentally tough. Like you can still ask for help when you're mentally tough,
and I feel like it almost goes into being mentally tough, almost like involves being vulnerable. Like I feel like that it should be involved in it. So it's not like you have to have this like exterior, like I'm so tough, I
can do everything,
need
help.
Yeah.
Do you want to add anything to that? I don't know if we.
I don't know. I feel like we talked through it pretty good.
Okay, let me ask you this next question. How would you describe yourself?
Oh my gosh. That's a hard question. I did not see that on here before.
Oh, really?
Or I mean, I think I maybe like read it, but I did not think about it at all. How would I describe myself? I would say I am independent.
You are.
Definitely independent thinker. I would say I'm so caring. Like I know that about myself almost like to a fault. Independent, caring, and motivated, I would say are like the top 3 words if I had to like describe my personality.
Okay.
What about you?
I don't think I'm gonna answer this.
I'm so sure.
Really mellow.
I'm so sure.
No, I would say that I'm pretty like I would say I'm pretty like go with the flow. I'm opinionated about things that I like am opinionated about, but I'm pretty like
the ones that
chill.
You believe in.
I feel like I'm pretty chill.
Yeah, for sure. You are chill.
Person. I would say I'm a pretty confident person.
Yeah,
I feel like
that's good.
Like know who I am,
what you stand
for, and I feel good about that.
Yeah, as you should. So do your girls, which is great.
Yeah. For the most part, it's great. No, it is good.
It is good. It's I feel like it's a hard one to parent, but it's a good quality to have.
Yeah. And then I would say, sort of in top 3. I think of like something else that I am. I would, gosh, why can't I think of like my top 3?
Creative.
Yeah. Yes. Love that. I'm very creative.
You are.
Like I have that like creative
eye. You have that like, vision of like decor. Like you could come into a house and be like, I know how to make this a cute house.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. That was a good one for me. Thank you. Okay, those are the top 3.
That reminds me, maybe we've said this before, so if so, my bad. But one time, or there was like a time when I realized like how much I truly know about you, and it was when I bought, this was like years ago, they used to do the FabFitFun box or whatever, and I was
gift that keeps on giving. You like forgot to ever cancel that,
but then it became fun.
3 years roll by. I'm like, woo!
So I did it every like quarter, so it was like every season basically. You would get a box that had like fun stuff, but at the beginning of it, when you sign up for it, it's usually you would be buying it for yourself. So you like fill out this questionnaire and it's decently like detailed.
Yeah.
And you have to say like all your favorite things, all your favorite colors, your interests, sizes, like all of that stuff. And I was filling it out for you.
For me.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I remember you like going through it and you're like, oh my gosh, I literally would have answered everything the same. And I was like, wow, it's actually crazy. Like,
and you know what? That's even when you were living in California. So we weren't even around each other as much.
Yeah. So that's crazy. That just reminded me of that.
That's crazy. Okay, next question is, do you visualize things before doing them?
Yes. Mainly, okay, I feel like that came in sports a lot.
Let's talk about visualization too, because I feel like, honestly, I think there's some people that are better at this than others, or like, visualize things before doing them. So basically that just means like prior to something or anything, you think about it or you see yourself doing
it well. Yeah.
Okay.
And that's huge in sports psychology. Like a lot of professional athletes go through pretty high level of training.
Sports psych.
I know. Did you want to elaborate?
No. I'll write it down.
For sure. One thing I used to do, and I remember coaches like my dad and Coach Williams, my childhood basketball coach, would tell me all the time, like, imagining yourself before a game, like making a basket, multiple different areas, see it go through the hoop. Yeah. And I want to ask you, this just like popped into my head. What part of the basket did you look at when you would shoot? I used to get asked that all the time. Cause like as a shooter or like somebody who.
What part did I look at?
Like when you were going to shoot the basketball, like what part of the basket did you look at?
Probably the front of the rim, but you're probably just looking at the back of the rim.
Okay. I always looked at the front of the rim too. But I feel like shooters always have a spot that they look at, and it's very like a distinct part of your shot.
Visualization.
Yeah, because I'm like, okay, I'm going to look like, as with my visualization, I would look at the front of the rim and see the ball like going through the net.
Yeah.
And that was like mine. But I do think there's a lot of people that look at the back of the rim. Mm-hmm. And some people, they're not a shooter because they'll be like, I just look at the basket.
Shoot. Like there's not a specific actual spot.
You're like, okay. No, I'm just joking. That's great because maybe that works for them. Whatever. Yeah. But for sure, like or like in a job interview, I remember my latest job interview. Yeah. I definitely like imagined myself answering questions, sitting up straight, answering with confidence. If I didn't know, kind of, like almost like verbalizing that and being, or like visualizing. So I feel like I do that a lot, and it became habit from sports.
Yes. Are you done?
Yeah.
I'm not saying you need to be done.
I know.
I'm just curious before I start talking. I agree that it came from sports, or I feel like my dad is like huge on visualization, and he's very good at like visualizing like projects he's done or like different things, like seeing that final product and then like visualizing the process. Mm-hmm. And so I feel like, and I do think that it like comes more naturally for some people, but I will say that I like through like him, or I feel like he would talk about it a lot, and I, especially with basketball, would like visualize the whole game. I mean, I feel like I would just like, I feel like visualize like multiple things. And now it's funny because I feel like I visualize everything in life without even thinking about it. Like it's totally habit.
Yeah.
And I like anything from like there's so like dumb things. Even like before I go to Aspire and like teach a class, I like visualize myself like being in front of the class and like and it doesn't even, it's not even like I need to do that.
Yeah.
It's like still
Become
so, like,
just routine.
habit. And I think it totally does like wire your brain to be almost more positive if you're like looking at it in a positive way, because it's like in your head, no, you've already gone in there and like
you've already done it
and
yeah,
it went well type thing. And I do it with photos all the time. I remember when I first started photography, especially in my head, I would like think of poses and think of like what I'm going to have these people do on my way to my session. And I would go and I would like had already like visualized the whole session, whether I had met them or not.
Yeah.
And sometimes it didn't go like, obviously it is, especially with like photos, it's not going to go exactly how you visualized it because people are, you know, do whatever they want. But like it totally did help.
Your
mindset.
It
does help. And it's like I go into something feeling like I already know what I'm going to do, or I've already like seen myself do it. And I think that that is like such a important tool to like,
for sure,
especially like make kids aware of even. And like I think it totally does build confidence because if you see yourself doing something right and well, it like helps.
It helps before you even start. So wait, do you think that this is going off script, but do you think that visualization is different than what's like that new term where you like believe it to happen? What I can't think
like
of the word.
Manifestation.
Yes, manifestation. Do you feel like it's like
I think it's slightly different because I think that like when you I don't know. I think when you manifest something, I guess I think that it's easier if you are good at visualizing to actually make your your manifestations like come to fruition. Because it's like if you've seen like, but I think that if you just say on repeat like I'm gonna be a doctor,
but if you actually visualize yourself each test doing well, or visualizing yourself studying or whatever.
It's like sort of along the same lines, but I think that if you have the component of being able to visualize really well, it really helps with the
outcome. Manifestation. Okay. I just feel like manifestation is like such a thing right now. And
if you manifest it.
Yeah. It's like a buzzword.
But it's like if you don't, I don't know. Sometimes I'm like, okay, well, you have to actually be proactive too.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I think it's like good. Along the same lines.
Agreed. Okay. What's your take on current fashion trends? Faves, least faves,
all the things. I would say, I know we kind of talked about the barrel jean trend last week or 2 weeks ago, and I'm 100% on board with the barrel jean trend. I'm on board with the like big, like the long jackets with
same
things underneath. You know? I am on board with the fact that like you can literally, I feel like we're at a point where you can throw on anything you want, and there's really not like there's not really like a style. I mean, there is
almost like anything
style.
Almost like anything goes.
And I feel like anything you wear, if you wear it like with confidence, you can pull it off.
Visualize yourself in it.
Yes, exactly. I'm trying to think of like things I'm not into though.
Bucket hat.
Some people can pull those off. I think. I don't know if I would do it, but I do think some people can.
Pajama pants.
Absolutely not. That's not in though. That's not a trend.
I feel like it's a trend for high schoolers. I feel like that is such a thing to wear pajama pants.
I've always like I will not even let the kids practically wear pajama pants out of the house. I don't know why. Like that's always been something to me that along those lines, if I ever see Gregory wearing a pair of pajama pants,
you're getting divorced.
We're gonna go to counseling because I like something about a man wearing pajama pants. Like I cannot.
Yeah,
I just cannot. You will never find us wearing family pajamas. Nope. Men in pajama pants is like the biggest ick to me. I
wonder why.
It's so.
There's like a trauma behind this.
No, like they're like my dad never wore pajama. Like it's not like it's like something about it has always just been so like
such a turn on
to me. Yep. So
no to pajama pants. Just to recap.
But once again, I feel like that's not really like in style. I'm trying to think if there's anything else specific that I'm not into. Or like what else is like in right now?
Something that I've seen kind of more recently, and I don't know like how to fully put it together, but it's almost like girls are wearing, it's like a sleeveless.
Like the shoulder pad?
Well, I have seen some shoulder pads come back into fashion, but it's like a vest with buttons, and it has like
Oh, like it almost looks like the trench or like the that you wear under like a suit jacket,
yes, but it's like a shirt.
like a tank top.
Yes.
Vest.
And I feel like some girls can pull it off and it looks really good, but I'm like, I haven't figured it out yet. Or I've never bought one.
Those are in though.
Yeah.
I agree. I feel like it's definitely like there's some outfits though too that I feel like fit personalities better.
That's true.
Like I feel like there's a very specific type of person that can wear the like, and they're cute. They're cute.
Yeah.
I think they're cute when people wear them right.
And like oversized outfits, I feel like on some people are so cute.
Like really little tiny.
Yeah.
People I feel like can wear. Oh, overalls. In.
Oh,
good.
I love overalls.
Overalls are cute.
Although I've never found a pair of that. I used to have them when I was little and I loved them.
Back in the day.
Back in the day.
I'm trying to think if there's anything else. I'm into the like platform shoes. Are you into the new like New Balance look? You know, like the old man shoes.
Yeah, I like the look of it. I've never bought any, but I do think like for certain looks,
When they first came
cute.
out, I feel like I was like, ugh, no. But now
Yeah.
that you like, especially with like the high kind of like scrunchy socks,
Yes.
like the oversized jacket,
and it has to be like a neutral colored shoe in my head. It's like it's a neutral.
when you visualize your outfit.
Yes, when I visualize my outfit.
I visualize my outfits all the time.
Yeah,
too.
me too. Same.
Yeah.
For sure.
Sometimes the visualization doesn't go quite as planned, but
Right. It was my
wow, in my head I looked a lot better than this. Not how I imagined it. I thought I had double D boobs when I imagined myself in it, but it turns out there's still little A's.
Oh my god.
Okay. Next question. This is what do you want to end on, this one or this one?
This one is more funny.
Okay. Do you believe in love at first sight?
I believe in lust at first
Oh
sight
my gosh. Yeah.
because I feel like if you see somebody and if you feel like you're in love with them, it's just off their looks if they haven't
that's true.
spoken.
Right.
So you're just like, oh my gosh, prime example.
Yeah, I was
in
literally going to
Nashville.
say, wait, you have a...
Yeah.
You were like,
Oh my gosh, he's
love it for... Wait, this is it.
yeah. And then
we
literally,
got
I think it was like the second place we went. I walked over to you and I was like, meh,
Not
he
it.
ain't it.
Looks
And his
it,
looks are still there,
but like he ain't it.
but he was not it.
Yeah.
And so I feel like there is like a lust at first sight, like for sure. But then, like if that conversation or that situation would have been different,
Like he was the guy.
like if he
Then
was
you would have
respectful
been
and
like,
nice and like,
I
then I'm like,
believe in
yeah,
it.
I am in love. Or you know
I
what I
was in love from the second I saw it.
Yeah. So lust first, and then once you like get to know them, it becomes love. So I guess my answer to this is no. I don't believe in love at first sight.
But if he would have been the one, would you think that you would say you do believe in love at first sight?
That's a good question.
Like if you see your husband and you're like, oh my gosh, so cute. But like that's just like by chance that it worked out. It's not like you can really be in love with somebody at first sight.
Right.
Yeah.
What about you? Were you in love at first sight when you saw Craig?
If I'm being honest, no. But I grew to love him. And now I love him very much.
Oh my gosh.
Um,
I remember so vividly like us having discussions about his style, like towards the beginning of your guys'
yeah, I guess that was my
relationship.
main thing with him. Like I wasn't drawn to his like his face was really attractive to me, which is what matters more than like what he's wearing. But I like his like the t-shirt with baggy jeans and rubber bands around his ankles and basketball
You're
shoes
like,
were
what
not
is-
it. But then I luckily gave him a chance because
Yeah.
fashion can change.
So do you think you believe in love at first sight?
No.
I don't either.
Do you believe in how do you feel about like the Love is Blind thing? You know, like the show where you're in the pods and you can't see the person.
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel like you would be able to, like, if you fell in love with somebody based on like talking to them?
Yeah.
Do you feel like if you saw them and they were like not it looks wise, you would be able to get past it because you already were in love with who they were?
I think that simple answer, no. Because that sounds so shallow.
No,
but truly, there is like you have to be sexually attracted to somebody. And honestly, like it just makes such a big difference. Because
like,
I
want to be like it. I think that like you could. I think that you can like work through some physical attraction.
Yes, I agree. And I was going to say that even if you were like, let's say you were working with someone and you found they were like, maybe not like if you were to describe your like perfect superficial looks guy, they maybe didn't like match that, but you worked with them and like you got to know them. I believe that people become more attractive if you really like their personality.
Right.
But there has to be like
at least
something
of
at the beginning. So like in the Love is Blind, like
did that and you met somebody and he's 5'2".
That's what I was like, in my head, but I just didn't want to say.
Or not. I mean, like,
no, I know
wrong with men that are 5'2", but if you're
I'm just a taller
like,
girl. Yeah,
you don't. He's not tossing you like a football,
right?
You're tossing him or whatever.
Yeah, so I do feel like for the Love is Blind, I believe that you can develop really good friendships.
Well, the thing is, it works out for some people because
for sure,
because
if it matches.
Because if you happen to be attractive and you fall in love, then that's like a win.
100%.
You met them and you like fell in love with who they were first, and then you see them and you're like,
that makes it even better,
daddy.
Right? Exactly. So. But if there's like a type of like something you aren't attracted to, and not in a mean way, just like you're not your type, then I think that that's hard to still. That's like a huge barrier, obviously, in a relationship.
Like a wrong thing.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Any other like last minute questions, or wasn't there something that you said you were going to ask? You're like, I'm not going to tell you.
It was the basketball. Where you look.
Oh. That's funny.
So I just wanted to know.
Well, I think that's it for this week. That was kind of fun.
Yeah,
it was a little break from all of our topics. And well, have a great week, everybody. And thanks for following along the Effortless Podcast. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and find us on Instagram at Kenz and Shell. See you later.